views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of its host, Steppers Aren't Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. Whew. What's up, y'all? You know what time it is. It's 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, so it's time for Inside Steppin'. It's time to talk about this Steppin' game. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how we do. So, what? What about it? Where? No, I don't know. What's up, y'all? Anyway, Linda Sanders, how you doing, my dear? Good to see you as usual. Live on a Tuesday night. Yes, ma'am, live on a Tuesday night. So we in the building, and we're going to talk about all things Steppin' as we usually do. You know, speaking of all things Steppin', I really kind of, I guess I hate to beat a dead horse, but I sometimes have to reiterate things because there are those out there who simply do not get it. And I've run across some things here in the last couple of days that I'm finding to be very interesting. Now, out of respect for other people's dance genres, I don't talk about them. Why don't I talk about them? I don't talk about them because I don't know anything about them. And that's not to say that I couldn't learn. But however, I'm not interested. Nicole Woods, how are you this evening? Thank you for checking in. Dennis Howard Hodges in the building. Deborah Edwards in the house. I see you. And you know, I don't believe in infringing and encroaching on other people's cultures and, you know, doing and saying things that could create potential misunderstandings. Now, there are those who travel between cultures, and that's fine. No, you know, we don't have no heaven or hell to put nobody in. Don't get it twisted. Kevin Portier is in the building, my man. But I will say this. It is becoming somewhat of an annoyance for me. Listen, y'all, this is Inside Steppin'. No disrespect to nobody else. But over here, on our sites, on our groups and our pages, YouTube and everything else, I have people sending me things dealing with hand dancing and swing out and all kind of stuff. Listen, y'all, no disrespect. This is Steppin'. I want to keep it Steppin'. Let's just kind of leave it there and respect each other's time and space. I very much would appreciate that. So, y'all, it was a very, very interesting weekend. We had, let me give a shout out before I really get started. I got to give a shout out to my girl Sunshine, Miss Tracy Haywood, who has been doing magnificent things here in the San Antonio area in such a very short time. She literally moved to this city. And when I tell you that lady hit the ground running, baby, listen. We have been fortunate for her to have begun her classes here, and the progress that I'm seeing out of brand new steppers is nothing short of amazing. She is putting in work. I'm talking about, man, listen, I am so excited about the possibilities and what is taking place in this city. I know all other cities, you know, everybody has their thing and everybody is doing what they do, but I just want to make sure that I give my flowers to the person that I currently feel like giving them to, and that being someone who is making a strong impact and effort on this community. I've watched people who have been dancing for quite a while as well, dances improve in a very short time, just simply by having someone to have their interest and their hands on them. So shout out to my girl Sunshine. Big brother Bruce is in the building. Ken Mac Holden, what it do, fam? Beamer Johnson, hey Beamer, that my girl. Come on, Beamer, we hanging out this weekend. Y'all, DJ Queen B played a set for us here in San Antonio a couple of months ago, and she is a new and up and coming DJ. And baby, let me tell you, she came in here and she put it down. You dig? Miss Beamer Johnson did what she do. Oh, there's Sunshine Haywood. Sunshine, you just missed it. I just got through talking about you. Yeah, talk about you real bad. You did. No. But like I said, giving flowers to where they belong. Kenneth Wynn is in the house. Hey, Bernice Newsom Short in the house. Dallas is in the building. Um, Jackie Hodges in the house. So the thing is, um, like I said, I want to make sure that we give the accolades to the people who deserve them the most. And I am extremely not only impressed, but my hats go off to Miss Sunshine Haywood and Shine Entertainment, and she is doing a magnificent job with the students that we are now having here in the San Antonio area. And baby, look, it's gonna be a new day down here in the armpit of Texas. You know why I call it the armpit of Texas, right? Because it's hot and funky down here. You dig? So y'all get ready. Let me also give a shout out to Miss Bridget Vanilla Drop White, who was in the building this weekend, y'all. I'm talking about we had a blast. That woman is a party all by her damn self. Look here. Kurt, you got your hands full, mister, but you know that. Barbie Dollar's in the building. What's going on, girl? I'm talking about Bridget came down here, man, and turned this joint out. She hung out with us all weekend and was the life of the party. And she actually, so for those of you, I'm about to trip y'all out right quick because a lot of folks never have an opportunity to see me. What? You gonna get fussed at about what? What? Oh my God. Okay. So I y'all normally, most of the times y'all don't get to see me dance. So, and it's usually because, Poppy and I be putting in work. You know what I mean? We be doing our thing with these cameras and stuff. So, we don't get to do what we do all the time. Teresa Sanders in the house. Tyrone Bentley, I see you. Thank you for coming through. Lady sings the news. What's up, girl? Therese Williams in the house. Uh-oh. No, you tripping now, Therese. So we don't get to dance that often, but thanks to Bridget Vanilla Drop White, she took a video of Poppy and I. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a snippet because most times you hear people all the time because y'all always say, well, yeah, we see you on camera, but we don't ever get to see you dance. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick snip of me getting it in just a little bit. Me and the producer lady doing a little something something. Uh-oh, what's happening here? It ain't playing. Wait a minute, it wasn't supposed to do that. Hold on. All right, let me go back. Get back up because it ain't playing out right. I don't know why. They just as well. Anyway, so we had an opportunity to get our dance on a little bit. Let me try it one more time right quick. Maybe it'll play. Maybe not. Let's see. This thing is freezing up. Now that's something I never have happen on this computer. Yeah, maybe it's not meant to be seen. Maybe that's it. But anyway, we had the opportunity to get on the floor because we were just out partying and doing what we do, and we had a good time. Yeah, I ain't gonna play it. I'm gonna leave it be. I ain't gonna do it. Okay, so look, if y'all want to see that, go to Bridget White's page, Bridget Vanilla Drop, or you can see it on my page. But yes, I do dance. For all you naysayers and all y'all who always got something to say, oh, he just be on that show. He don't know what he does. He can't dance. Just go watch the video and you'll see for yourself. Just in case you don't get the opportunity to see me on the floor anywhere else, you'll get a chance to see that because most folks don't believe I actually know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so with that, let me also give a shout out to my man, one of our very important benefactors here at Inside Steppin. Y'all know I always talk about people who look out for us on this show and those who come through and they put it down, and they give us help us keep the lights on. My man George Peterson, great guy. Whenever you have an opportunity, you meet George Peterson. This is a very dynamic cat, older guy, loves to dance. I love this dude. Always a great conversation, and he's always over in doggone Panama, Barbados, or somewhere. Anyway, George, shout out to you, my brother. Love you. Thank you, my man. And to all the other people who make the difference, who contribute to this show, who help us to maintain what we do for y'all. Because that's the only reason why we do this anyway, is for everybody else. And it definitely helps when we have those little twos and fews, you dig, that come through. And it's a lot of y'all that do that. And I love you for it. And thank you. What? Yeah, yeah. It all matters, every bit of it. Let me see who else we got here. John Seegers, you dance. Yeah, you be amazed, brother. Anyway, Norma Watkins, what's happening? I see you. Normal is in the building. Kenneth Wynn say, I'm still in moves. I see you. Bliss Alliance 54, Planet on. Okay, yeah, good. Thank you for coming through. Anyway, gave my shout out. Oh, let me not forget our own Frenchie, and that happens to be Bridget's sister. Miss Frenchie, you are amazing all by yourself. Listen, and you and your sister together, y'all ain't nothing but a pack of dynamite. I'm talking about, man, y'all blow up spots. Y'all blew the spot up this weekend. It was a great thing. Also, for those of you, listen, when y'all see the producer lady and she got her hair all whipped up, I just want you to know Frenchie is her hairstylist. Frenchie, you are amazing. Keep up the great work right here in San Antonio. You do a fantastic job. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, and by the way, happy birthday, happy born day to my girl Bridget. Her birthday is here coming up, and it's supposed to be a big old thing going on with that. So y'all get ready to check my girl out in Chicago doing her thing. Just look for the lady with the blue hair. You can't miss her. Anyway, next week, you guys, not next week. In 2 weeks, we will be at Crush and Cream with my man Ted the Boss Williams doing the doggone thing. Tricia Hatton, how are you? Carolyn Pippen, I see you. Thank you for coming through. Angela Baker in the building. Netta McCormick all the way out there in Cali. I see you. And we're going to be at the 9th annual Crush and Cream over there with Ted the Boss Williams and Orange Slice, Little Rock, Arkansas, August 21st through the 24th, 2025. Y'all, you don't want to miss this set. If you have the opportunity to come through, if you're in the region, in the area, or if you just want to come find your way to Little Rock for some reason or another, Tiny Rock is off the chain. One of the best sets of the year, in my opinion. It's solid. It's a solid foundation set that's been going on for 9 years, and it is a great, great set. Great opportunity to dance with some of the people that you really like. On the ones and twos, we got Eric E.T. Taylor, Pony Mac, DJ Fly Diva, Daryl Smooth Greenwood, DJ Randy E., and George Hilliard, and me. As well, the broadcasting live will be Lamont Watts from Club Steppin and myself from Inside Steppin. Kevin Dockery, Pat Clay, Greg Dixon, and Ted himself will be doing the workshops. It's going to be really good. Ted did a great workshop last year, by the way. And y'all can get the information on that by just hitting Ted Williams' page, or let me see. You can get your tickets you can purchase your tickets at SATWLittleRock.com. That's SATWLittleRock.com. Steppers around the world at littlerock.com. $120 for the weekend pass. And it's worth it, because let me tell you something. The food alone, you ain't getting that much food, baby, nowhere. I'm talking about, man, when I tell you they feed you at Crush and Cream, whew, man, I'll be ready to go. Man, I'll be ready to go take a nap. Oh, and yeah, and the fun girls will be in the building. My homies, my crew, my liaisons, my girls, the fun girls keep it live. Trust me. They coming through, right? They gonna keep me hydrated if they don't do nothing else. The following week, y'all, we will be in Chicago for what? The homecoming. You know, I'm a little shocked that there are people who don't know, who really don't know about the homecoming, or at least that's what they seem like. They don't know about the homecoming, and I don't know who ain't heard about the homecoming. I'm gonna just tell you, the homecoming is an event to be at, and well, let me back up. Next week, you guys, we are scheduled to have Irie, Mona C, Keith C, and Keith Hubbard back on the show for final details regarding the homecoming. This is by far going to be probably the biggest and most epic stepper set of Steppin history. there are, I stopped counting the workshops. Anybody that you think you wanted to learn something from, they're going to be there. All of your favorite DJs are going to be there. The event itself is going to be phenomenal. I had a couple of people call me to ask about the cost. Well, some people couldn't believe what I was saying, but it works. It operates under IRI, the Cat in the Hat premise of you can't beat free. All you have to do, and at this point, I don't even know if there's any more rooms available. I know that they've sold over 2,000, something like that. And I'm going to tell you like this, as long as you book your room, when you check in, you get 2 free passes that are all inclusive for every single thing going on. Everything. It's all included. If you don't get a hotel room, the weekend passes are $45. You ain't gonna beat that. No, it was it 70? I thought it was 70. Well, you gotta know if you're gonna tell me no. I told you all right. Last week. Dennis Howard Hodges says if you in Cali, stop in San Diego on August 22nd and help him celebrate his 70th birthday. Man, come on, Pastor D. I wish I'd have known that. Well, we'll work it out, bro. That's you, my homie, man. Love you, bro. So of course, I'm gonna have to send you a happy birthday shout out from Crush and Cream. So anyway, the at the homecoming, there's gonna be weekend pass $70. The weekend pass is 70. Yes, that's what it says right here. Okay, all right. That's what I'm asking. All right, cool. Okay, so the weekend pass is 70. Well, where did I get that other number from?
Because it was.
What'd they do? They changed it? All right, you know what? We ain't gonna worry about it. We'll get that information on. Was 45. What other event? We'll get that information on next week. So y'all get ready for that. She just put producer lady just put the flyer up in the group and on the page, so we'll know for sure what it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The amount of activities and things that are going on far exceed the amount of money that you're going to spend for the entire weekend. And I believe it starts on Thursday. So you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You got the picnics and everything. Now, if you've not checked into it, Willie Chapman is doing the bus tours around the city that are that are a part of the homecoming. And if you pay, it is $35 for the bus tours, which will take you around all the different clubs that we currently dance at and some of the ones that we stopped dancing at that are closed and things like that and torn down from years ago with a little bit of history. You have a couple of bus tours going on. They're going to be really good. Sam Chapman is on one bus. Josiah Burton, the producer lady's on another bus. You got Darlinda Russell will be on another bus. And I heard there was another bus added that's going to include L.A. Chase and Lil Lloyd. So we'll see what happens with that. David Calhoun in the building. What's up, family? Hey, Felicia Townsend. I see you. Val Wells in the house. Singleton McDonald in the building. Hey, Q. There go one of the fun girls. Kwashika in the house. So you'll be able to check out the city a little bit while you're there as well, which I think is really cool. And then if you pay the extra $15 on top of that, you will have transportation on the bus to and from the picnic, which I think is another great idea. Good going, y'all. Okay, then we have, following that, of course, world's largest Steppers contest, 34th annual. This is the year of the Masters. And if for those of you who are new to Steppin and you don't know what the Masters is, if you've only been here and you haven't been around the game in the last 5 years, every 5 years is the Masters. This year is going to be a very good show. Devlin Rogers in the building. How you doing? Hey, Tony Brown Huff in the house. Now, Tony has a wonderful New Year's Eve set, you guys, that we are going to be at, and you guys should really look forward to coming to Houston for New Year's Eve because that shit is going to be banging. Yeah, Tony, I need you to share your flyer as well so we make sure we have everything. DJ Marcus Alonzo in the building. I see you. So at the world's largest, you guys, there. In fact, tomorrow night, I'm gonna see what I can do and who's gonna be in the building tomorrow night at the Grand Ballroom. The Majestic Gents are hosting the preliminary for the Masters category. I'm telling y'all now, if you live in Chicago, you need to be at the Grand Ballroom tomorrow night because that's gonna be a show. If not, I'm gonna do what I can to see who's there so I can run a feed through Inside Steppin and maybe broadcast it tomorrow night. We'll see. Um anyway. Uh see some people just like to be antagonistic. They have nothing better to do. That just shows the immaturity in the individuals. 34th annual, I'm not even getting ready to, I shouldn't have even said that. Giving too much attention to bullshit. Majestic Gents will be in the building tomorrow night at the Grand Ballroom doing their thing to all of the master category preliminary people will be in the house and they will be showing up and showing out. It's going to be a good year for the masters. There's going to be a lot of your top dancers that are going to be competing this year, and it's anybody's show. Well, like any of the contests, it's always anybody's game. Just to depend on who it is that night and that day. But we know that the prelims are going to be a good show. Not quite as good as the real deal, as the actual show, but it's going to be a thing. Eric Washington in the building. I see you. Hey, Karen Foster. So we're going to get it in and get it done. So y'all look forward to that. I'm going to try as hard as I can to get a feed up and running on the show tomorrow night. So if you just tune in to Inside Steppin sometime tomorrow night during the prelim, I'll have a little bit of snippet of that going on. Let's see. Oh, also at the world's largest, you guys, Dim Atlas will be performing. The guy that sings music, man. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be really good. All right. Then following that, that following week, we will be in Minneapolis, Minnesota for Denim and Diamonds. Imperial Steppers presents Denim and Diamonds. That's my girl Valerie O'Connor over there for 10th annual, hosted by Shed G. Hell of a comedian. Dow Tone, the producer, will be in the building doing his thing, and it's going to be really, really, really nice. Y'all, this is one of my favorite events of the entire year because this is what I refer to as an absolute class act. Now, First Lady Maddie B going to be in the building doing her line dance thing. There will be a two-step instructor in the house as well, and someone that will be teaching Chicago 8-count, of course, the basic. Then, of course, the musical engineers, we're going to have DJ Shorty Smooth, DJ Vale, DJ Grown and Sexy, DJ DeLeon, and yours truly, DJ Be Real, will be in the building spinning there. We're going to make that thing do what it do, y'all. 3 whole nights of dancing. We got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And let me tell y'all something. One of the things that I really like about this event is because it ain't no Sunday. You go home. I like that. I like the fact that they ain't trying to just cram everybody into this thing and it's going to be, everybody in there trying to, look, we go home on Sunday. We be done party. And trust me, it is a great, great set. It is a class act. One of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites. Let's see. Hey, Joanne Kane. That's my little homie right there. What's going on, lady? Okay, so now, also, the next event we'll be working from is the Stepping in Our Nation's Capital. And then, by the way, we're going to have them on the show this evening. Norman Cherry and Jaquee Ballard are scheduled to join us in a little bit to talk about their event, and that's Metropolitan Steppers. And I'm looking forward to that one myself. That's going to be Myron the RV in the building. Cheryl Sugarfoot Poe is going to be one of the instructors. My man Mellow Chris, Sharnice Simmons, and Royce Banks will be in the building. And that is going to be yet another very good, very nice event. 10-year anniversary, y'all. All of these events that I've just announced have a 9-year and up history, which is amazing. And now we're going to be in October as well. We're going to be in Houston, Texas at the El Dorado Ballroom. It's October the 26th of 2025 from 6 to 11. Steppin' in Pink and Steppin' Out of Cancer. And it is a free event. Tina Israel, who is a celebratory of her survivorship of that nasty little thing called the C word. And she will be in the building. We're going to have DJ Crazy Q. That's my dog right there. He's a real student of the game. I love his work when he's DJing. We got Carmichael Music Lover. We got Ambassador Kevin Nevels, Ron Brown hosting, and you got myself and the producer lady for Inside Steppin' in the building. It is a free event, and it is going to be great. So y'all get ready to come to that. And I believe that's it for that stuff. Now, as I stated at the top of the show, no, I'm not going to state that again. Anyway, we have ourselves here in San Antonio, for those of you who are in the region, for my Texas folks, my Houston folks, my Dallas and my Austin folks, if y'all ain't got nothing going on this weekend. Now, normally, we, Devlin said, what, home, Steppin in Pink? Yes, Devlin. We normally do our set here. Hey, Ophelia Stevens in the building. We have our set here every fourth Saturday. But this week, we're going to do second Saturday because we'll be in Little Rock. Well, I'm sorry, not Little Rock. We'll be in Chicago on fourth Saturday this year. So we're going to be doing our set here in San Antonio second Saturday, which is this coming Saturday. And we expect a very healthy crowd, and we're going to have a really good time because it's what we do. We get together and we kick it real, real hard. So that's what's happening, and we're looking forward to that. All right. So somewhere in here, let me check. Let me check on my folks right quick. See if they've made it into the building. We'll see. Nope, don't look like we made it in yet, but we're gonna keep on rolling. So the whole Steppers diaspora throughout the nation. One thing that I'm finding to be very interesting, and it's something that we're all aware of. It doesn't matter which city you live in. It doesn't matter which state. Every community has its challenges. And I personally would love to see people work toward building bridges. And I got to this weekend myself, I was able to, for me, if for nobody else, attempt to make amends, and regardless of fault, guilt, or anything in between. I said this to you guys before. The past is the past. Now we can try and live in it, or we can try and keep it alive, but we need to move beyond it. Tomorrow is never coming back. Tomorrow is not promised. Yesterday is never coming back. Yesterday is gone. Now, I'm not saying we got to forget the things that people do or have done or whatever their character is, but what I've learned to do is compartmentalize individuals, and I put them in a place where I know what my expectations of them are, and I try not to allow myself to become angry or upset when I know how a certain individual or people or groups are going to operate. Don't ever be surprised and don't ever be upset when they do exactly what you expect them to do. Just let them be them. You be you. Remove yourself when things get too crazy. Stay as long as you can. Do whatever you can with it, as long as there's something there that builds you or lifts you or makes you feel good. Don't let people control your life by the things and their actions and the things that they do. Now, I spoke earlier about Shine Entertainment and her current class, my girl Sunshine. This is our third week into cycle 1 in San Antonio. Now, I just know all of the students are online at this moment. Hey, Diane Davis. Thank you, dear. I know y'all are online. You better be. Mary Alicia, how are you? Because part of your homework is just this. Cecil Nuttall, what's happening, man? Hey, Regina Freeman. Your keyword for this week. See, all the rest of y'all, rest of my audience, yeah, thank y'all. But right now I got these students I got to deal with. The keyword for this week is focus. Keyword for this week is focus. Write it down. Do whatever you pull out your notebook. I know you got them. Write it down in your notebook. Bring it to class on Sunday. All right. For week 4, we'll be moving into week 4 on this cycle. Week 10, you guys will be graduating, and we will be bringing in a new batch right after that. And I promise you, y'all are going to see some progress coming out of San Antonio like you ain't never seen before. It is amazing what's happening already. That part is great. As a matter of fact, I think next year we're going to have um, some serious beginner world's largest competitors. Y'all look for San Antonio next year. It's going down. It's going down. I promise you. Meet me in the club. Look at all my students checking in over there. They checking in. Got it, got it, got it. That's what's up. Y'all ready. Y'all ready for class on Sunday. Sunshine, keep doing what you do, baby. All right, let me see. We still do not have our guests on deck. Let's see, this is about the time they're supposed to be chiming in because we're going to be talking about the upcoming event in Washington, D.C., which is their 10th year. Norman Cherry, Jackie Ballard, and I apologize. I don't know the names of the rest of the individuals, but I do know that they will be we'll be finding out here shortly as they enter the room. And if they don't enter the room, well, we're gonna keep it rolling. Let me see. All right. Now, well, while I'm waiting on them, let's have another discussion right quick, and then you guys can chime in on the live. You know, you can put your answers or put whatever your thoughts are in your comment area. Nicole Woods, how are you? Good, I'm glad you got it. Reginald Lawson in the house. Yeah. Oh. No. Yeah, Tina talking about me and Poppy next year, world's largest. Nah, I don't think so. Tina Israel. She said we be the world's largest next year. Yeah. Actually, I do need to do something like that just to kind of prove a point because I have people who seem to think that I'm not a dancer. How they say, F around and find out. Anyway, let me stop. So anyway, I want to talk about music right quick. Here lately, and this I know that it varies about what set you're at and what music gets played at a set. But I'm curious for you guys, and I want you guys to respond in the comments for me. And this is where we get interactive, y'all. Get ready. I want responses in the comments. What is your favorite genre of stepping music? Here's what I mean. Do you prefer the older versions of music? You know, the staples, the originals, or do you prefer the newer style, the current or later music for stepping? New school or original? Or I'm gonna use old school term as this to see what you guys think. I'm very curious. Um, Dallas Brown in the building. Let's see. Get the video. Oh. Somebody said they get the video ice, man. No, don't start that. I see you. What is your preference on the music? Okay, Sharisa Sanders says 90s. You know, Sharisa, it's funny. I don't particularly care for the 90s. I don't know what it is about the 90s. I'm not a big fan. Nate Williams says the originals. Tyra Durham says new school. Dennis Howard Hodges, original. Of course, you're going to say that, Dennis. Therese Williams says new style. Sandra Davis says much older style, has more romance. Now, I agree with that. I like that, Sandra. Tyrone Bentley says older. Let's see. Dewan Dallas, what's happening? Let's see. So she can get down. Tina says she can get down to both. Wesley Wiggins said, give me the whispers and some stylistics. That's right. That's right. Kenneth Wynn said both, and the remixes too, both. Okay, we got Regina Freeman said both. Valerie O'Connor said both. Let's see. Never with a mix of original. Okay. Original and Dusty's Lady Sings the News. Oh, look at you, lady. I see you. Beamer Johnson said old school. Yeah, Beamer play that old school when she come play at our set. Beamer, we hope you coming through this weekend and play with me. I want you sitting next to me playing your box, baby, because you get down for yours. Ophelia says both are fine with her. He's like old school mix. Old school 70s, John Seegers. Lisa Luckett says, oh, hey, Lisa Luckett, she just checking in. John C. said, Life in the Country. Yeah, that's always a favorite. Life in the Country is going to always be a favorite, no matter what. Yeah, I think I'll play that one this weekend, too. Dwan Dallas said, original. Val Wells, original. Hey, T. Taylor Queen, thank you for checking in. Samantha, mind yours, both. Teresa, Trisha Hand said, all of it. Okay, both. Let's see. That's when I was clubbing, and that was my time period being outside. Okay, Sharisa, that's what's up. Bernice Newton Short said, old school. It's according to my mood, but a preference is older, smooth. Reginald Lawson. Okay, that's what's up. Sandra Davis says, Brian, the class of style had more heart in it. Yeah, I think so too. Original, not a lot of mixes. Okay, so how do y'all feel about mixes now? Because that's like been a thing. Like you got some DJs to me that they just overmix. They just do way too much with the mixes. I personally, there are some mixes that I like, but I prefer, like, if I'm at a set, one or two mixes is cool. There are certain ones that everybody seems to love. One of them is Home with the Stephanie. I mean Stephanie Mills. What is that woman's name? Stephanie Mills. The mix. Everybody seems to love that. I don't care what's going on. You put that song on, everybody gets up off their chair and they start dancing. Kevin Portier said old school. He don't want to be sweating all night. Now that part right there. Now I'm glad you mentioned that, Kevin, because what happens a lot of times, people do not really like wrap their mind around the fact that this dance was really, when it came to not the get down, but when it came to just dancing with the ladies, it was all about being cool, and sweating really wasn't a part of that equation if you didn't have to. And so that's always going to be a good thing when you got those nice, those mellow, smooth stepper cuts where you could just kind of lean back and, get a good dance in. It ain't got to be too vigorous and it ain't too slow, and everything just come out real sweet. Michael Williams said, classic old school. Listening to the words will take you there. Man, say that again. Michael Williams. That's what I'm talking about. Man, if y'all just really stop sometime and listen to that music and just listen to the words will take you there. I like that. Thank you for that, Michael. I appreciate that one. That was real right there. Kenneth Wynn said, I love That's the Way Nature Planned It. Yes. Ooh, yes, that's a jam. He said the remix. I don't even know if I heard that one. I'm going to have to check into that. For those of you who liked old school music, you can always tune in to me every single Sunday, Brown Liquor Sundays, y'all. I do a show on flyradio.com or WBOE, which is Reggie Miles' channel. Every Sunday night, I start at 8 o'clock. Brown Liquor Sunday. I play from 8 to 11. And baby, when I tell you I'm going to take you there, I'm going to take you there. Now, tonight, after this show and the 8 o'clock hour, you can go on flyradio.com and you'll hear a rerun from my show on Sunday. We play reruns on Tuesday on flyradio.com of my show. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Nothing but old school, nothing but bangers. And I'm talking about be ready to either get you some cuddle on or some sleep on. Because I'm gonna tuck you in real nice with this music. You're gonna love every bit of it. And make sure you got you something brown to drink on. Of course, you might not want to do that, in the middle of the week or whatever. But the whole idea is to put you to sleep real cozy, like, so that when you get up in the morning, that you you know what I'm saying, you ready to do your thing. You ready to get up and you fresh and you hit the ground running, and you can just kind of, you do what you do. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Y'all need to check that out. You need to check that out. Brown Liquor Sunday, y'all. Let me see. Let's see. Thank you, Netta. Netta said, oh yeah, DJ Be Real be cracking. Thank you, baby. Yeah. Let's see. Tony Brown Huff. Yep. Thank you, dear. Oh, let's see. All right. I believe we have one of my guests in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, let me see. You got your microphone on? Is your
I
mic
think
on?
so.
Yes,
Am
your
I
mic
speaking
is
yet?
on. Okay, you guys. Let me
Oh,
introduce to you this young lady who has been dynamic in making sure that the Metropolitan Steppers, DC Stepper set is well advertised, well promoted, and is part of the game. You dig. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jaquee Ballard. All
Hey,
right, Jackie, you give we giving you your applause right now, baby. Hey,
can y'all
Jackie,
hear
how
me
you
now?
doing?
I'm
How you-
doing good. I almost forgot. I forgot we were an hour ahead of you or behind you, around you or
Oh,
something. So I was sitting here at 7:30 my time, and it's like, oh, okay, what happened? I was out of sync with the time. Um, I need to send a link to Norman Cherry. He is teaching class, and I told him 7:30 our time,
okay.
but I'm not sure if he could break loose at this point.
Well,
Um,
that's fine. We got you. We got
oh,
you. We
oh,
got you, Jackie.
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Jackie, can you do me a favor? Because I was talking about this a little bit earlier, and um, who who are you all's? Can you give us a rundown of your whole committee?
um,
I didn't know
well,
everybody. That's why, and I wasn't able to. So I want you to do it.
okay, we've got well, everybody in the world knows Norman Cherry.
Right.
He's like the face of Metropolitan Steppers. Myself, Jackie Ballard. We don't really have no titles, but we just fit in where we can get in. We have Paula Davis. We have Larry Hawkins, better known as just the Hawk.
The
Uh,
Hulk.
we we have Napoleon Jasper. We have Princeton Tate, Eunice Cherry. Who else is there? Farnice Hicks. Who else? Is that 10 of us? It's 10 of us.
Hmm.
It's 10 main members, and then we have a slew of volunteers on the day of the event.
Okay.
So we kind of been together since like 2007, and we decided that we would form a group. We put on our first stepping group, a stepping event down in DC. We got on the boat, the Spirit of Washington,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a stepping event on the Potomac River.
Oh wow.
So that was way back in 2009, I think. I
Hmm.
may have my years all messed up. And then we had another event where we had I think we did two events on the waterfront, and
Mm-hmm.
we invited anybody and everybody, just like just like we're doing now, like our main event. We had a weekend, and we
Okay.
had some of the quote top instructors. Some of our main instructors we had way back, first ones we had for a long time was Sharnice Simmons and
Mm-hmm.
Tickman. They were our like legendaries. Whatever we did, whenever we did it, they were always there. Sherry Gordon is one of our honorary members. Cheryl Poe, Royce is one of the other main ones. And then we just
Mm.
started bringing in, many other people just to get a different flavor.
Okay.
But some of us say, well, they don't teach our style, so they would kind of being particular about who they brought into the DMV area.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking, oh, we got to just bring the females in because the men they need their work, but the females, when you got all male instructors, then the females kind of look hard and dancing and stomping and kicking like the males.
Now that's
So
funny.
we so we started reaching out to some of the females like the Pat Clays and the Vicky Henning and trying to think some of the other females that we brought in just to give us that female flavor. Sunshine, I can't forget Sunshine.
Yeah. She just said hello to you on here.
Oh, is she on there? I
Yeah,
don't
she's
see
on
my
here.
my comments.
Yep, she's on here.
Let me see where my comment. Well, I can read them a little bit later.
Yeah, you'd have to be on have another device.
Oh, okay, because I'm on my computer. I don't very seldom do zooms on my phone because I can't see. I need to be able to see. But I am happy to be on here talking about Metropolitan Steppers in the DMV. we've got so many little pop-up, groups in this area now. It's no longer just the Metropolitan Steppers. We got about 5 or 6, 7 other little groups,
Mm-hmm.
but we're the Metropolitan Steppers. That's all I got to say.
Well, that's a beautiful thing because y'all seem to have now, and I was gonna ask you. Okay, so like you mentioned, you named people that apparently have been with you guys from the very beginning, and of course this year it appears that you also having Royce Banks back, Sharnice Simmons, and Cheryl Sugarfoot Poe, and a lot of people I don't think really understand how powerful that lineup really is. Um, that's a beautiful thing when you have that group coming around to continue to put the game down the way it is. Now let me ask you something because you made a comment earlier. You said that the ladies needed help and the guys. Now you do realize that one of the reasons why we have a shortage of men in the steppers community is because of that very concept. The women
Right.
always seem to get all the attention, but the guys don't. A lot of guys struggle in their dance these days, and especially the guys that are new and trying to come into the dance because they don't have enough help in that area. Um, do you all tend to have more or stronger men dancers in that region versus the what happens throughout the rest of the country?
Well, I don't think we have more men. I kind of think we have strong men in the sense
Okay,
that they come out.
got you.
Um, some of them, I would say I would say maybe we could have. When I say the DMV, you're talking about Maryland, DC, and Virginia. So
Right.
with that whole region, you could have a good 30 men, and they come out.
Okay. And
But
they put in work.
you're gonna have 100 women,
Okay.
so they still got to work. And I didn't mean when I made the statement earlier, I didn't mean that the
Oh.
women just get it faster and quicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a hand dance instructor, so I see the difference and I understand the difference. The men, I don't know what it is. The men do we do tend to spend more because the women get it quicker. You end up giving it to the women, and you almost kind of forget about the men. That's what happens, I think.
Let me expound on that because what you're saying is actually a very important and sort of critical thing about this dance and this culture. Yes, that happens. The men get set aside because a lot of times the women are being paid more attention to for a number of reasons. However, one of the problems when it comes to the men, and someone on here said ego, pride is part of the reasons why a lot of them fall off. However, here's what you have to understand: it isn't that the women get it quicker; it's that the women don't have as much of a job as the men do. Not saying that the women they're not equal partners in the dance; they are. But here's what happens: women are relegated basically to the foundational 8 count, not necessarily the entire foundational dance, but just if they remain within that 8 count and they are taught how to move and maneuver within those 8 steps, because there are only 2 points, or there's really 2 points
Hmm.
where a turn is given. But the men, we not only have to understand that female side, because you got a lot of guys that kind of rest their laurels on that stroll, which I personally
That's it.
hate. I hate that
Right.
because that is not the complete dance. Now, it helps guys get into the dance right quick so they can get on the floor and start enjoying it. But simple fact is, a lot of instructors do not give everybody, like you'll have guys come in and they'll do these workshops. What happens with the workshops is they'll come in and they'll give these bits and pieces of the dance, but they really never show where they go in the dance. They never really show the point at which these moves, these maneuvers, these combinations are being used. So it's like you get this thing, but then where does it go? It's like a missing puzzle piece. So what happens with the guys is, regardless to what happens, we still have to lead the dance.
Right.
That is a little more and can be more complicated The men should know the left foot lead, the right foot lead, and be able to operate the turns while also keeping up with making sure that the lady, you got to pay attention to what her hair is looking like. You don't want to touch that. You got to see what kind of jewelry she got on. You got to pay attention to what kind of jewelry you have on, because you don't want your jewelry getting caught up in her neck blouse or
go.
whatever the case may be. There's a lot of elements that men have to
and
deal
the
with.
Shoes. Don't forget the shoes.
And I'm not listening. I wasn't done.
All right.
We can't forget the shoes. We don't know what kind of medical procedure she'd have had. You got some people who will get upset with men because they feel like they're not getting a strong dance from a man. But a male's job is also at the very beginning of a dance is to be able to assess whether or not this lady is capable of operating and on what level. So we have to ramp our dance up as time goes on. All of these are things that are going on in the midst of a lady sticking to her foundational 8 count.
Well,
we got a lot. There's a lot going on.
And I agree with you 100%. My prelude was also a hand dance instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and with those skills, trying to wrap it into this Chicago style stepping, it's I understand the flow of a man and a female,
Mm-hmm.
because I hear all the time that the males don't want to be touched by males. In this game, this whole dance arena, you have more male instructors than you
Mm-hmm.
do female instructors. And they're not teaching the men, male instructors are not teaching the men how to pay attention to the women when they want to give the women direction. So then they get upset when you tell them, because then they feel, and then they start getting into their feelings. And once they get into their feelings, we got a problem, because now they are no longer, their interest has been deferred and no longer where it needs to be at. And yet the males instructors always take the lead with the females. They always handle. I don't mean to use the word to handle, but the lead the female, the lady students,
Mm-hmm.
if you will, participants.
Yeah, I get what you're
So
saying.
you lead the men to the side to try to figure out, well, Dad, what I'm gonna do now.
Well, with that, here's where, and this is again, this goes back to the point that was made earlier, where the egos and other things are concerned. Because I'm gonna just tell you like this: when we were coming up in this dance, there was no such thing as men not touching each other. No, we weren't touching each other in a sexual way or in any kind of a way where you would touch a woman. But we touched each other as part of the battle dance.
Right.
We touched each other. You'll see 2 guys on the floor in Chicago dancing. And any of those guys that can actually do that dance, I guarantee you walk up to them and even suggest that there's something else going on, you might get your teeth knocked out.
Yeah.
So this is and this is part of the reason why, and my hat goes off to Sunshine again, because this week in her class here in San Antonio, she spent the very first half of her class with instruction, with conversation. When the people that are learning this dance learn and understand part of this culture, they understand that is not a thing. That's not an issue. You either want to learn the dance or you don't. We have male students, hell, I do it, that I'll get in front of a male student and I will show them the moves and let them see what they're supposed to be doing. Let them lead me if necessary, so that we make sure that they're getting what they gotta have. Ain't nothing nefarious about that. But again, because you got people who want to dance, then you got people who just want to, play around with it. Right. We ain't playing over here. We dead serious about what we doing. Sunshine Haywood ain't no punk. Believe me. She gonna make sure everybody get what they gotta have. And it almost saddens me sometimes to watch some men behave that way. And to be perfectly honest with you, and I really hate to say this because we don't want to lose no guys, but I'll be perfectly honest with you. People with that type of attitude really don't need to be a part of this culture anyway. Mm-hmm. And as far as the ladies are concerned, the producer lady over here doing her thing, leading these days. I mean, she's ridiculous with it at this point. And as far as I'm concerned, more people, another example, ladies, and this is something that we teach almost immediately when we are teaching this dance here in Shine Entertainment's class. There are women who are so traditional that they refuse to go and ask a man to dance. In this community, that is not only acceptable, it is expected. Why? Because of the shortage of
Right.
men. And the simple fact is, and I saw Maurice Turner had on a shirt one day at an event, and it said, "Ask not, dance not." I love that shirt. This is not an ego thing. This is not a place to be if your head is so swollen that you think you can't fit into the culture and the way we do things. Probably go find something else to do. That's just me. I'm just saying.
Well, I agree with everything you said, and we have tried to establish through the instructions, but I found that there are a lot of instructors that can't explain what it is that they need you to do, and they
Facts.
can't explain, the history or the foundation of the dance. And I find
Facts.
that that's and then you got a lot of people that don't want it. They just want the dance.
And I've literally heard some people say. In fact, matter of fact, I heard a lady who was supposed to be an instructor actually say that with them. Well, we don't want to hear all that. We just want to dance. Listen, if you cannot articulate the dance without the necessity of moving, if you can't explain it to anybody, you shouldn't be teaching it. If you listen, there's a lot of great dancers out here.
Yes, I agree.
I had somebody jumped on me one day and told me, "Well, if you don't like what I'm doing, you need to instruct the class." You know what I told him? I'm not an instructor, but I know what I'm looking at. I'm not getting ready to sit here and pretend like I can, and I can do it. Actually, I can, but that ain't the moniker that I picked up. I've got a whole bunch of other hats to wear. So what I'm not going to do is go out here and be trying to tell people, you need to do this, you need to do that. But I can explain it. I can probably explain it better than most instructors. I've watched people get in front of people, oh, stand there, do this, do this. No, that's not how you instruct somebody in this
Right.
dance. There's a reason for everything we do. Everything. And everything has a name, believe it or not. Even though sometimes people get them wrong. But the simple fact is, the same way we got way too many sets, we got way too many instructors
Instructors.
that are
I
not
agree.
instructors.
I agree. We got people that been in learning to dance for like 10 months, and all of a sudden they pop up there instructing. I say,
Exactly.
really?
They dance is weak all themselves, weak, but they want to instruct. Now, don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. Anybody, I don't have a problem with nobody rolling up on somebody and be like, show me how you do that. And they say, okay, let me show you how to do this basic. Okay, cool. But don't go around here and start taking people's money and claiming you had the ability to teach them to dance. This is
Exactly.
not teach me the basic. This is, and call yourself an instructor. This is, if you can't teach the complete foundation, if you don't understand where the foundation even came from, why it's the way that it is, and the uniformity of it all the way back to beyond original and into bop. If you can't understand or even demonstrate, I think they should have a litmus test for instructors. They should have to demonstrate the bop, step, new school, and show the similarity, and that it's the same dance. If they can't do that, they shouldn't be teaching.
And they're not teaching it in that order,
I know
or with those combinations.
90% of them can't because they don't even know it. So there's
But
that.
the thing of it is that and we are guilty as well. We keep bringing in all these different kinds of instructors that not necessarily. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not bashing any of them, but it's not. My I'm gonna say I'm gonna repeat something that Royce has always said, and I think he practices. He calls it stacking.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my understanding is it's just a building on top of building on top of building until you get a a a a product, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
that is combined together. So you may start here, it's very low with the basic and
At
do
the
some,
foundation.
stuff, foundation. Then you cross over, and it's a building block. And he
Absolutely.
calls it stacking. And by the time he'll come here maybe 4 or 5 weeks, or a couple months in a row. And by the time he finished with you, you got a whole package.
That's right. That's an excellent concept. And that really does show the difference between a person who has the ability to give a foundation, build upon that foundation, and that's a good term for it, stacking, but that's exactly what an instructor is supposed to do. You're supposed to get those foundational pieces and then be able to continue building on top of it. That's why they call it a foundation. What is a building
Right.
built on? A foundation. When you have a foundation and it's not solid, it's like sand. It's going to all slip away as you start building up. So the bottom line is a person has to learn and see. Most instructors don't even know this. There's actually a complete foundational dance that consists of a certain amount of moves that are part of that basic, not just 8 steps. Anybody that told you the 8 steps are the foundation lied to you. Plain and simple. So, but you know what it is. Look, this has been good. Thank you,
This
Jackie.
has been good, but I wanna say a couple more things about our upcoming event.
That's
We're
exactly what we're
down
getting ready
to
to do. Come on.
we're down to like 75 days. What is that? A little more than a month?
Yep.
And our ticket sales are going pretty well. Our hotel, I'm not sure what our hotel bookings look like. Um, all of our reserve tables, I think they say we have like one or two left. We usually have about 300 to 400 people,
Okay. That's a good
consistently.
size set.
And to my knowledge, and I kind of been on the floor each time in the planning process, I don't recall any major problems. I think last year our major problem was the floor. We
Mm-hmm.
ordered one size floor and another size came in, and then
Mm.
that means that
Was it
and
smaller? I
huh?
know it don't matter. I'm just asking.
Was it what?
I said, was it a smaller floor than you needed? Oh.
No, we needed a larger floor.
No, I'm saying the one that came in was smaller.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's one of the things that we're working on this year to make sure that we don't run into that problem. Um, the whole, we're at telling everybody to come into the Ronald Reagan, which is in Crystal City, Pentagon City, that whole Arlington area, because you can catch the shuttle bus to bring you from the airport to the hotel.
Now, is
So,
Ronald Reagan in Virginia?
yes,
Okay.
the event is in Arlington, Virginia.
Okay. Okay.
So you can catch a shuttle bus, you can catch an Uber, you can catch, you know, anything that comes from the hotel, from the airport to the hotel in a matter of ten minutes. Um, Again, we have our classical, we call them our honorary instructors. Those are the Royce Banks, Cheryl Poe,
And Sharnese
Sharnice.
Simmons.
Yeah, and our DJs are Mellow Chris, Myron, the
Myron
Art
R.
DJ. We just added DJ Shorty Smooth and
Oh,
DJ
okay.
Paul. Only
Okay.
because when we were reaching out to these instructors who have been with us forever,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's the beauty of where the direction we're going, because this is our 10th anniversary. So we bringing in those legendary people to us that have grown with us in the dance and brought the dance here to the DMV. So Shorty Smooth was out doing his thing, and Paul didn't get back to us. So we ran forward. We went forward, and then next
Right.
thing we know, here they come and say, "Oh, they're responding." So we had
Mm-hmm.
to add them back into our
Okay.
program.
Well, that's a beautiful
So
thing.
we
Look, you
just want,
can't
yeah,
have
we
too
just
many good DJs.
so I think we got a powerhouse,
Yeah.
full of instructors, and the music. I think the music is going to be off the chain this year.
Yeah. I
Um,
think so.
I think it's going to be the
Like I said,
bomb.
like you say, you got a powerhouse now. Mellow Chris,
Yeah,
Myron R, DJ Paul, and Shorty Smooth. That's strong.
that's
That's
the
a strong
powerhouse.
lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Um.
I think this year is going to be definitely going to be our best.
Okay.
Just
Well,
because
10
of
years, I
that.
guess so. Shoot. Look, you
And
had plenty of time to get it perfected.
yeah, And we've got, to pass some time away. You come in on Thursday. We got it's mostly for the locals, but you can still come in and reserve a hotel for Thursday through Sunday, and we'll have a whole meet and greet on Thursday, just a get together. On
Hmm.
Friday, we have a day party. We'll bring people in together. Some of the same people will only come for the day party and then roll over and maybe not come back later
Hmm.
on that night. And then we'll have a rep your city t-shirts and jerseys on Friday night, and then Saturday we'll have start our workshops all day long. We'll have we're not planning any tours because we just want to kind of keep people right there on
Okay.
site. There's going to be a lot. We're going to have a game thing. We're going to have. There's a lot of shopping right there in the area. You can catch the little Ubers and the metros. You can go cross the bridge and be at the wharf. Where the seafood is. You can be on the main um, areas where the big museums, the African American Museum, the Lincoln Memorial, the Monument, there's the Tidal Basin. There's so much to see in DC. I love DC, and it's so much for people to do when they get here that by the time they get back to the hotel, it's time to get ready to come to the sets. So we'll have a little light refreshments on Friday, Saturday night, light refreshments till it's all gone. Sunday, we have our huge buffet. We have a huge buffet. And then all the DJs will, you know, um, spin on Sunday. They take turns spinning on Sunday. And
Okay.
that workshop, I mean, that set is from like 1 to 5. In the past, we've had like a forum where we talked about the history of
Mm.
stepping. We talked about male and female dancers. We talked about, and we had some of the heavy. I hate to use the word heavy hitters, but we had some of the because I think I'm a heavy hitter. So
That's right. Look,
that
I always say the heavy hitters are the people that spend that money and travel far
absolutely.
and wide. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I done spent some money in this here dance. But we've had some of people that came in like Tall Rick. We've had Tall
Hmm.
Rick quite a few times. That we love him to teach us to walk. Um, and we've had of course Chickman and Shawnees. They get down with the walk. So for Mr. Reggie Miles, we do keep walking alive. Uh, but I don't know how I don't see um how many people here. They walk, but they rather do that because DC is a hand dance city.
Hmm.
So we're used to the Motowns and that uppity up fast music. So to bring it down to the you know, slower tempos, the stepping,
Hmm.
they're doing it, but we still fast. So
Mm.
I tell people all the time, DC's people are never going to look like Chicagoans because we still got that fast movement.
Well, y'all still have y'all's regional foundational dance, so
Absolutely.
it's gonna always there's always gonna be spillover. It's the same thing like we have here in Texas. We have the two steppers and the swing out people, and a lot of those people cross over, and so of
Yes.
course they're gonna still their roots are gonna always come through somewhere. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
understandable. They're the same
And
way in Kansas City, and with their Kansas City two step and different places around the country. They're gonna always their foundational dance is always gonna have its place. Yeah.
but I really think, and we emphasize it here, that I really think in order to really get this dance stamp out, you got to travel. You got to travel out.
Yes, you gotta
And you
travel.
got to get to Chicago, but you got to travel, not just in the little
When it
four
come to
miles
stepping,
north, south, or east. You got to get on a plane and go somewhere.
when it come to stepping, I'll tell anybody watching and anywhere else, you got to go to Chicago. You got
Oh,
to put
yeah.
it somewhere in your agenda, somewhere on your list. You got to go there. You just have to. It doesn't click for a lot of people until they do, and I literally have watched it with my own eyes. and they come back and they go, okay, now I get it. Yep. Well, and they say, you get what? I just get
It did make me nervous though. I was scared to
it.
death.
Well, but guess what? Did you live? Did you die? No, you didn't. For those on here who are people asking about Reagan International, the code for Reagan is DCA. DCA, you
DCA,
guys.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, that sounds good. Look, I'm gonna run. I want to run your. Let me run your commercial here right quick. Your spot right quick. Let's do
Okay.
that.
So while he's looking for that, if you haven't been to Metropolitan Steppers event, this year is the year to come. I'm just talking to everybody. They saying, anybody saying hi to me? Anybody saying hi to me?
Rockets and moonshots, spend it on.
That's a nice little spot there. I like that. I like that. Okay, yeah. Um, so the event itself is October 16th through 19th. So you guys still have an opportunity to get some good plane fares out here to
Yeah.
DC or to Virginia as it would be. And check out this event. This is going to be a phenomenal event, you guys. 10 years. Let me ask you, Jackie, what is it like to remain that consistent over that amount of time and continue to enjoy the benefits of people who respect and love your event?
Hard work. Hard
Period,
work,
point blank.
lots of prayer. Um, but I think it's consistent because we treat people like they're gods and goddesses.
Hmm.
So we make them feel like there's no other set on the East Coast.
That's
Um,
beautiful.
and and we just give them. We make them feel very comfortable. There's no, I don't know of any incident. Everywhere you go, you're gonna have a baby incident. But I
Always.
don't recall
Got to put them fires
us
out.
having. We've never had to put any fires out. We might have had some incidents. I'll say that. I'll admit to
Okay.
that. But I don't think we ever had to put any fires out.
Okay. That's a good
Maybe
thing.
somebody unhappy about where the table is located. Well, you came in late. You know, we,
Right.
if it may not be on the floor, it may be on the second row, but the second row is still a good seat because you
Hmm.
alternate your tables, so you still got good view. But when the advertisement come out and tell you to get your tables, you can't wait till the ninth hour to get a table and expect to get a good seat.
Well, you know how them folks want to be fashionably late.
Well,
Come rolling in there.
if you get your table, that's fine. You find your money. You get your people to pay your money to get your seats. So then you could be late.
Hmm. There you go. Say, pay what you weigh, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, Jackie. Do we have any other late details that we need to know about?
No, I'm gonna try to come on and every couple of weeks. I might need to come on every week or between me and somebody else
Yeah.
just to push that countdown.
Okay.
And get it in because we want that hotel sales to go up.
Right.
We want to make sure that everybody's. I don't want anybody to say, "Well, I don't know, I didn't know anything about it," because
Well,
we're
that's
constantly, pushing it.
that's the Crystal Gateway Marriott,
Yeah.
1700 Richmond Highway, Arlington, Virginia. You all 22202, and the room rate is 149 with code MS 2025. Okay.
And the hotel cutoff is September 25th.
Yeah, I was just sitting here looking at that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you got to get that in.
Yeah. Okay. So the hotel cutoff is September 25th, y'all. So get your room booked. Get yourself ready to hit DC. I really, uh, I've been itching to get myself to the African American Museum and a couple other places. I got a good friend live in DC. Matter of fact, last time I was in DC was Obama's first inauguration.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
did a lot of photography at that event. I was man, that was a phenomenal. That was I took my daughter. That was her first photographic outing with me. I put her in the car. I think she's about 16 or 17, and I put her in the car with me, and we drove to DC, and we got out there in that freezing cold, and we shot. Man, we shot so many pictures in DC. It was crazy. I got some good stuff though.
DC is a beautiful city.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful city. People ask me all the time, if you had your choice to live somewhere else, where would you go? I said, other than an island, I don't know of any other city I would want to live in.
Do they still call it the Chocolate City?
No,
No.
no. It's like very softly.
Soft chocolate.
It's
It doesn't
so,
melt it.
it's milk chocolate. Because gentrification has really taken over. Um,
Hmm.
it's a lot. Being the nation's capital.
Right.
We don't have to tell you about the politics and the
Right. Yeah,
issues
we
that
don't.
are
I don't even
going
want to talk
on.
about that no more.
So no, we're not going to talk about that because we as black people know how to entertain ourselves to get our minds off of mess.
That's right. You go stepping.
Yeah,
That part.
yeah, yeah. Stepping in
You
the
go
nation's
stepping.
capital, y'all.
Josiah Bird in the building. What's going on, brother? As my collaboration is real, sir. Eric Washington in the house. Yeah. So, and anyway, Joe say he gonna be there. He say he gonna try to make it. He gonna come out and
All
hang
right,
with
come
y'all.
on, Joe. See me,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, my man. Okay. Well,
Uh,
listen.
I'll
Ja-
put my phone number out there. I don't think we have.
Hmm?
I don't think we have a phone number out there. Can we put a phone number out there?
Yes, please. I was just going to say because I got people on here that are asking about tickets right now.
Oh my goodness. Okay. My phone number is 301-706-9724.
Do it one more time.
301-706-9724.
And that is Jackie Ballard, ladies and gentlemen. Um,
And they can also visit the website.
yeah, I was
Metro-
about to give that. Metropolitan Steppers WIXSITE.com /steppers. That's Metropolitan Steppers WIXSITE.com /steppers. Get your tickets now. Get them while they hot, baby.
Why they hot?
Yeah.
All right.
Jackie, I want to thank you, my dear. You tell Norman, do this for me. When you see Norman Cherry, just say to him, say 7-8, 7-8. Just do that right there and watch him fall out laughing. He's gonna die. I'm telling you now. Just mark my words.
Well, he did try to call me, but
Uh-oh.
I figured it was like 2 minutes to go, so
Okay,
um
well.
he can come
Listen,
on.
I'll jump on his head and we'll get him on here for the next one. For sure.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
All right.
Jackie, I want to thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to the next time we have an opportunity to see each other.
Oh, I'm hoping maybe next week. I'll just come on next week. I'll just come. We got to push this. We got to push
Got to
it.
push. Got to
I'm
push.
75. I'm 75 days out.
There
Gotta
you
go.
go.
Gotta go.
All right, dear.
All
You have
right.
yourself a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Good night,
Yes, ma'am.
everybody.
All right, y'all. That was Miss Jackie Ballard from Metropolitan Steppers, the DC area, the DMV, y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all no longer. You can always flip over to, and by the way, let me not forget, you guys check out my man Reggie Miles and Conversations every single Monday at 7 o'clock. He is currently on vacation, but you guys get ready when he comes back. He's got some hot work for you, so y'all get ready for that. Do not forget to tune in to Brown Liquor Sundays. Yours truly, broadcasting every single Sunday. ReggieMiles.com, WBOE, the best of everything, and FlyRadio.com, the flyest station in the nation. And I'm playing nothing but old school hits. I'm talking about knock down, drag out, put you to sleep, good music. I'm talking about, man, listen, if you don't like the music I'm playing, I'm going to have to check your pulse when I'm done, because it's going down every single Sunday. Brown Liquor Sundays, y'all, 8 to 11. Check it out. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out, hanging out, and chilling. Make sure you have your $20 ready in your hand at the homecoming, because we're going to have plenty inside Steppin shirts, inside Steppin towels, inside Steppin bags, ladies, for your shoes, shoe bags. We got them for you. Y'all come through, get your inside Steppin paraphernalia, because we're going to have it on deck. We'll be ripping and roaring and ready. You dig. And for those of you who I won't see until, well, I'll see y'all next week. Anyway, I want to thank everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful night and have a better weekend. Last check, cycle 1. Shine Entertainment, class word. Keyword of the week 3. I'm sorry, we're going into week 4. Focus. With that said, have a good night. Love, peace, chicken grease. Love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it, if you know what I'm saying. Y'all, I can't never get out of here on time. I got 50,000 things going on. But I love you anyway. Deuces, y'all. The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of its hosts, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views and positions of any entities they represent.